Hey, what's up? Joe in Vegas here. Gonna do another review, this time of Billy Idol, or also known by his full name, Billy fucking Idol. He has a residency here at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. I went to check it out last night. This is probably the third or fourth time I've seen him during a residency, and good on Billy Idol. When I started seeing him in his residency, he was in a little House of Blues basement over here at Mandalay Bay. He packed it in, but it was a little tiny venue with general admission. It was like playing a little club. It was a good show. And the next time I saw him, or the next two times I saw him at his residency, was at the Palms in a much bigger venue. Um, Also, great stuff. They shut the Palms down because of COVID. Since COVID hasn't reopened, and his residency got picked up by the Cosmopolitan in Vegas, which is a really big room. I think it's bigger than the. Maybe not. It's probably the same size as the Palms, but it definitely has more prestige. Palms is kind of an off the strip hotel, and Cosmo's in the dead center, trendy type of thing. So it's a testament to Billy. It's a testament to his music. It's there's definitely a demand for him. The place was crowded. He played Wednesday, he played Friday, he played tonight. I'm not sure if he's when his next residency is set, but um, very good show. Billy Idol. There's a couple. Just to start, I am 45 years old. If this is the first time you're hearing me, I am a product of the 80's. I was born at that time. Billy Idol is a very special place in my heart because of his era. It's hard to explain unless you're from that age group. Billy Idol was massive. He was there with at the peak of MTV. There's certain people that were these individual artists at that time that had nothing but hit after hit. They were defining the time. They were defining fashion, and they were individuals. It was Madonna and Cyndi Lauper and Billy Idol, and there were these handful of people outside of the big bands. Those big bands always be around, the rock bands and stuff like that. But there were these individual people that was so hard to place in genres. They were Billy was rock, he was punk, he was pop, he was a little bit of everything. And then when he started showing up on MTV, he had the right look, he had the right image. He was this wild, crazy ladies man. Billy's had a lot of ups and downs in his life. I know he had a massive motorcycle crash. I don't want to say it's at his peak, but somewhere on the downside of his peak, which he kind of had to disappear for a few years to recover. But God, the guy has staying power, and it's because of the music and because of him. He looks great. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be over 70, pushing 70, maybe over. He looks his face looks a little botoxed out, but the truth is, I think he's looked like that since that motorcycle crash. He definitely cares what he looks like. He's still in decent shape for his age, pretty good shape actually. There's one part of the show he takes his shirt off towards the end. Um, he dresses great. He's got a great stylist. His hair looks the same, which is really trademark for him. But getting onto the show, that's kind of the precursor on who you're dealing with, Billy Idol. He sounds great. I really enjoyed the show. He it's a short set. It's only 14, 15 songs, which is great. I don't want him to hear a lot of Billy stuff that he recorded in the last couple of years. Nothing against Billy. I'm open to hearing some of it, but I don't need to hear the full album. If I like the new stuff that I was hearing, then I'll go home and listen to it. But we're all there to hear the hits from the 80's. That's why the place is packed. So he doesn't mess around. He gives it every single hit, and he doesn't wait to the end. He spreads it around. He comes out with Cradle of Love, which was a huge hit for him. Everybody remembers that video. Everybody remembers the girl in that video. To this day, I think I'm still in love with her. Then he goes right to one of his biggest hits out of the gate ever, which was Dancing with Myself. He sounded great. I think it was before that song. He pulled out, I think I have it on video. He pulled out a 1 year old little kid from the crowd who had a little old Billy Idol vest on. Someone told me that's his grandkid, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. Then he goes to Flesh for Fantasy, which is another one of Billy's really haunting song from the. I mean, you can't. There's certain bands or acts that are time machines. I don't know how to explain it. A good example I always use with that is Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears is one of those bands that when you hear the start of Shout, just the music, the first couple notes, or Everybody Wants to Rule the World, it's like a fucking time machine. It takes you right back. For me, I'm from LA. It takes me back to 1984 Westwood, going to see movies with my friends, listening to the radio, fucking around, shoplifting, doing whatever you did at that age. Riding our bikes, playing football in the streets. It's a whole different world from the kids today, that's for sure. But there's certain songs and there's certain acts. When you hear those first couple notes, it's like it shoots you right back 30, 35, 40 years at this point, believe it or not. Flesh for Fantasy, Eyes Without a Face, those were so unique songs. I still don't know any songs that sound like those. And when you hear those first couple notes, you're like, shit, man, I'm going back. Then he did a couple new songs. One song called Rita Hayworth. They were good. They sounded good. They sound like Billy Idol songs. Did a song called Scream. Did a song called Bitter Taste. And then another big Time Machine song is Eyes Without a Face. Also, you just think of the video. Again, this is me. This is my experience. But I have to imagine anybody my age will have a very similar experience going to this show. Eyes Without a Face is just great. Then Stevie Stevens, who I know they were apart for a while, and in the last, 5-10 years, they started playing again together, which is great because he is got to be one of the most underrated guitar players. He is fucking great. He's so good. So he's got a great guitar solo. I actually posted it on the YouTube channel. It's just, he's sitting there in white smoke. He looks like he's sent down from the gods and just plays this beautiful Spanish-themed and rock, and it's really good. Then he plays Moni Moni, which might have been his biggest hit sales-wise. I'm not sure. It wasn't his song. It was a cover of Tommy Jane's song. Great, catchy song. I always liked it. But I remember it being on the top of the charts for a long time when it came out. It's a great song. He does a great version of it. Then he did a song called You Don't Have to Kiss Me Like That. And then another one called Blue Highway. I think those are newer songs. I don't know. And then, which is a nice treat for us 80s kids, I guess Stevie Stevens wrote with, who's this guy? Harold Faltermeyer. I don't know who that is. They wrote that Top Gun theme that we all know so well. There's my guitar voice. But it's so iconic, and if you're an 80s kid, your head just goes pow. And I put a video of that up too. You should definitely watch that one. It's so good. It's I know there's another Top Gun movie coming out. I think they pushed it off a couple of years because of COVID, but I don't know how I feel about that. That movie is the essential, 1980s for a kid. Just, I don't know. Some things are sacrilegious. They should not touch that. But that theme is just killer. And to hear it live in the middle of a show when you have a few drinks in you, and it's so unexpected and it's so good. So, and then that leads him to Rebel Yell, which probably is the song that put him on the map. I think that was the one that turned him into a cool, guy to real superstar. Great. It's just great. Live, it's great. He's great. He gives you everything you want from Billy Idol. Those punches in the air. He's got his lip curled. He's got that same snarl and look and vibe, and it's just great. He gives you. Leaves the stage for the bullshit encore. Comes back, does a Heartbreakers cover of Born to Lose, and then another final Time Machine song, which is White Wedding, which is that same, you hear those first couple notes and you know what's coming and you're transported back to the 80s. That's the only way I can describe it. And that's it. He closes out with that. Just a perfect show. If you're coming to Vegas and you're from this era and you appreciate Billy Idol and you appreciate that music, you're going to love this show. There's nothing not to love about it. I was with someone, she works at H&M Clothing, and she had mentioned that they time to time they get Billy Idol shirts in and they sell right away, which I was really shocked. I really, I know the Floyd and Zeppelin and Bowie and that stuff but I was shocked to hear that after all this time Billy still has that coolness, but when you see him you get it. So that's pretty much it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this show a good 8.6, 8.7, 8.6, let's say. It's just great. I don't know if younger kids will appreciate it the way our generation does, but I mean, it looked like our generation. There were some young kids in there. I don't want to say that, but if you're in Vegas and want something great to do, the show starts exactly at 8:30. It's done exactly at 10 o'clock. Cosmo's a great place. You go get your little secret pizza after, what everybody else does over there, and it's just a fun night out. You know my motto. It's better than sitting on the fucking couch and watching Netflix, that's for sure. Wait. My advice on this is, I was watching ticket prices. Wait wait. Buy the tickets last minute. They go down pretty much. I don't know why. I think a lot of people try to flip them. I think in general, if you're buying tickets and you're listening to my little reviews, I'm going to give you a little tip. It's a big tip. Wait to the last minute. Go on StubHub. Go down there. Unless it's specific seats you want or a show you know you want to be in perfect seats. But there's always floor seats. There's always good seats available last minute, especially in this town. People come here, they get too drunk at the pool, they change their mind, they decide to do something else. They're with a group of friends who decide they want to go see Gwen Stefani instead of Billy Idol, and they have to sell their tickets. There's always something going on. A lot of comp tickets, too. People sell comp tickets. So, anyway, 8.6. I'm going to stay with that score. 8.6 out of 10 for my man, Billy fucking Idol. It's a great show. Go see it. Take care. I'll see you at the next show. Bye-bye. Rolling Stones is coming up in a couple weeks. I don't know what's going to be before that. I'm sure I'll go see. I think next weekend there's some cool shit going on too. So have a good one. Stay safe and see you soon. Bye-bye.